Hello, welcome to Word Alive podcast. This is a quick one on how to increase your intake of the word. It is extremely important to know the word of God and to keep it in our hearts. I read very quickly from Proverbs chapter 4, verse 20 to 23 from New King James Version. It says, "My son, give attention to my words. Incline your ear to my sayings. Do not let them depart from your eyes. Keep them in the midst of your heart, for they are life to those who find them and health to all their flesh. Keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it springs the issues of life." Many of us may not have the time to read the physical Bible, as in the hard copy Bible. And we may find it difficult to have time to sit down to even read from our phones. So the easiest way I have found that I want to share with you today is to go on, if you have a smartphone, that is, go onto Google Play Store. If your phone is Android, I think the iPhone people know where to go for such stuff. So you go to Google Play Store and then you download this particular Bible app. It is called U Version. U is spelled YOU and the version is VERSION. So U Version Bible app. You are able to use it offline and also while you have data. And once you have downloaded it, within that U Version app, you have over 60 Bible translations. So you have the Amplified Bible, Amplified Classic, Message Translation, English Standard Version, King James, New Living Translation, 60 different translations of the Bible, including the Passion Translation. So you can download as many of these within the Bible app onto your smartphone. And once you have it, what I'll suggest is this: whenever you're doing anything, whether you are exercising, whether you are sweeping, doing chores, cooking, even when you are bathing, if your bathroom is a kind where you can take your phone in, please do, and then turn on your data and let the Bible read to you. So what you can do to start with, because we are really in critical times now, spiritually we're in critical times, we need to be making the right decisions. The attacks are endless. So what you need right now would be from Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, the New Testament. Just listen to it. You can listen to the entire New Testament in a week or less than a week. Okay. When you sleep, just start the app. Let it read the Bible to you. So you could start from the book of John. And if you are sleeping for just 1 hour, you'd have had 1 hour of your spirit listening to the word of God. Yes, your body will be asleep, but your spirit is not asleep. So your spirit will be feeding on the word of God. So from the time you wake up to the time you sleep, you can listen to the word of God. If you are driving, you could still listen to it. If you are being driven, you could still listen to it. If you are in a client-facing situation at your workplace, obviously you'll not be able to listen to it. But during your lunchtime, you could listen to the word. If you prioritize your intake of the word of God, you're going to be very strengthened. Okay. The Lord told Joshua to be bold, be strong, and be very courageous. These are the times when we have to be bold, we have to be strong, we have to be courageous in the Lord. Okay. If you are not in the Lord, you're going to be making choices that will eventually get you to take the mark of the beast and do things that are not of God. Okay, so I'll suggest that get the word of God, prioritize your intake of the word of God. If you can reduce the number of hours you watch television and listen to the word, that would really help greatly. And one of the best benefits of listening to the word of God consistently is that he becomes so acquainted with the word of God. You can also listen to the Old Testament, but that's when you have finished listening to the New Testament a few times. Okay. And one of the best benefits is that it helps with your optimum mental and emotional health. Because if you're going through problems, things that should cause you to lose hope, you remember that, oh, you know what? Joseph went through this. Joshua faced these things. David went through this. So many others went through this and the Lord came through for them. So your faith will be so strong that you'll be able to weather the storms that ordinarily would have brought you anxiety, nervousness, fear, and worry. Okay, so I'd like to suggest that take up the reading or the listening of the word. Just listen to it. Make this week the week that you start listening to the word. And let's see how October goes for you. Okay. And having the word of God in you helps us to make wise decisions. So thank you very much. If you have any questions, you could put it in the comment section, and you could also share this with others so that they can also take up the reading and the listening of the word, because too many people are complaining that they cannot read. They don't have the time to read. And then secondly, if there's someone who cannot read English, let's say they can hear English. A lot of us may not be able to read English, but we can understand. We hear and understand English. Somebody, they could ask for assistance, so someone can download that app for them, and then set it such that they are able to listen to the English. They don't have to read it; they just listen to it, and it's the same thing. Okay, so God bless you. Help somebody to be able to start listening to the word, because if so many of us are actively listening to the word, there will be few gang ups. Okay, there will be fewer envious attacks, jealous attacks, and bitter attacks, and whatever that's going on, sabotaging people. If we know what the word of God says, we'll have hope in the word. So God bless you for listening.